Thank you for having me, Errol.
Absolutely. What is going on here? Did anybody contact you before this letter went out accusing you of this, that, and the other and making a criminal referral about real estate transactions?
No, not at all. And let me just say to all New Yorkers and to all Americans,
Before she even gets started, why is somebody have to contact her before actually accusing her or filing any documentation to investigate whether or not she actually implicated in real estate fraud or fraud in general? What kind of fucking baseless question is that from a reporter? Has anybody contacted you, or did anybody contact you before you actually were accused of or is being held accountable for fraud?
allegations are baseless. The allegations are nothing more than a revenge tour. And as you mentioned, my office was successful in securing a $454 million judgment against Donald Trump and others for exaggerating the value of his assets. He engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And the interest is accruing each and every day while the case is on appeal in the First Department. It's important that individuals know that this is nothing more than the continuation of the tour. He went after law firms, universities, immigrants, women. Thousands of federal employees right now are unemployed. Our government is in chaos and in disarray. Medicaid, Social Security, CFPB, and the list goes on and on and on. And as you know, as you mentioned, each and every day, my office is leading the fight against these executive orders, which have no legal import at all, have no legal significance. And we are standing up for the rights and privileges of New Yorkers and Americans. I will not be silenced. I will not be bullied. I will not bend. I will not break. And I will not bow to anyone. No one is above the law, including the President of these United States.
Okay.
And the Office of the Attorney General will continue to stand up.
Let me
Including Letitia James. Listen, when she's saying all of this, she's basically trying to give herself a motivational speech. If, in fact, the allegations are true, and if you did list your father as your husband in order to try to get approved for something that you was not qualified for, and then on top of that, if you did designate this unit as a 4 unit instead of a 5 unit in order to try to circumvent all of the other processes when it comes to being listed as commercial versus residential and all of that stuff that you're being accused of, then you got to be held accountable for it. What Democrats and what people that are guilty, more importantly, try to do is they try to divert your attention away from what you're being accused of. If you are being accused of fraud, then that has nothing to do with what Trump was elected to do and removing illegal immigrants that's not supposed to be in this country out of the United States of America and telling them to come in the right way. Because even people that are immigrants that came into the right way and are legal citizens of the United States of America don't want them here, because it then makes the process less genuine for people that are doing it the right way. If universities are teaching the wrong curriculum and silencing people that are on another side, and is not encouraging not only diversity of thought, but also allowing for people to be approved based off of diversity, equity, and inclusion instead of merit, then that is a problem. If we have fraud, waste, and abuse inside of our United States government, then that is a problem. This has nothing to do, which is completely separate from what you are being accused of. And more importantly, we all know that that whole finesse that y'all went after Trump for a $450 million judgment is a lie. Even the banks themselves said there wasn't no fraud committed. There was no inflation of the property values. Everybody made money. Everybody got their money back. Donald Trump is a great businessman, all of this. So, when they're diverting attention and try to throw you off from what they're being accused of, we will find out. Time will tell, and the investigation is going to tell you exactly what's going on. This has nothing to do with a revenge tour. If you did something you're not supposed to do and you're a very visible person, that then becomes a target because people want to know what your background is, and they research it to find out exactly what's going on, and then they throw the alley-oop over to the Justice Department, then you got to be held accountable for it, regardless of whether or not you like Donald Trump or not.
The United States.
Okay. Well,
And the Office of the Attorney General will continue to stand up.
Let me follow up of some of what's in this this letter. It says according to media reports, which for us in the media is kind of a red flag, meaning that it seems to be based on some social media posts that I know were made by partisan political actors. But just let me ask you about some of the specifics in the letter.
Just do your job and ask the goddamn question.
Saying that your house in Brooklyn is a legal 5-family and the mortgage on it is for a 4-family house. Is that true?
So let me just say that, Errol, you know, as any good attorney, I will not litigate this case in a camera.
Now, we know that if it's not true, then you can just definitively say, nope, it's not true. But now they want to litigate the case because, wait a minute, I thought that according to the journalist and the reporter, that these are baseless claims that was created and made up in order to try to make her look bad. And this is a revenge tour. But it's a very black and white, cut and dry situation. If you're not guilty, chances are, now I believe in the justice system and I believe that it's innocent until proven guilty. But if you're not guilty, chances are most people will say, no, that is lie. That is a lie. That is false. And then whether they add the context or not, that's up to you. But now she want to start talking this word salad political talk. I will not litigate this case in a court of public opinion. Come on, let's just be clear and let's just get straight to it. We don't need no prefacing of what you're saying. We don't need you to throw the alley-oop. Let's just get straight to it. Is it a lie or is it not a lie?
It's important that we will respond to these allegations at the appropriate time and in an appropriate way. But I will not go back and forth with respect to these baseless allegations. I am more focused again on standing up for the freedoms, the liberties, and for the rule of law in the state of New York.
I was under the impression by all of this that what they were really looking for is what they got, which is a headline saying, Tish James is under a criminal investigation. Is that pretty much what's going on here?
Yeah, that's what they got. That's what they got. And it's unfortunate that you have some of these right-wing conservative individuals who are camped out in front of my home and in front of the homes of my relatives in Virginia, harassing them each and every day. And it's unfortunate, knocking on the doors of my neighbors and the neighbors of my relatives in the state of Virginia. And it is nothing more than a headline. Nothing more than, again, retaliation against all of the actions that I have taken successfully against Donald Trump.
Okay. Well, yeah, as you know, members of the New York press corps are not shy about this stuff. And believe me, we'd be there in the hunt if there was anything to hang on to. I didn't find very much. That's partly why I was asking you about it. Let me move on, though, and ask you about some of the litigation that you are involved in.
We don't want to hear nothing about none of that other stuff. We want to know whether or not you're guilty or you're innocent, and so time will tell. Again, I believe in the court of law and that it's innocent until proven guilty, and that's across the board. Funny how they don't have anything to say when people camped out and protesting in front of Tesla, in front of Republicans' homes and stuff like that, but I don't believe that we should have extremists in any form, and I don't think that people should be camped out in front of people's homes, regardless of whether I agree with them or not. But that's the objective version of me that's actually standing on American freedoms while at the same time advocating against people that's being held accountable for what it is that they allegedly are doing. So we will see. We will definitely see. But let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate you. What do y'all think? Do you think that she is trying to divert attention away from what she did? Or do you think that she's actually standing on business and that she's not guilty and that these are baseless, false claims that's being levied against her? I love you. I appreciate you. Can't wait to read what y'all got to say inside of the comments.